What is up, everybody? It is me, Jesse Hooves, founder and face of Not Dead Yet. Today I'm going to be kicking off my first edition of Not Dead Yet's Stop, Drop, and Rock List. This is basically going to be a list of my favorite artists, whether they are local or they are from elsewhere. Today, for the first interview, I'm actually going to be interviewing Steev Clout, who I have here on the line. He's going to be answering some questions today for us, and we're also going to be debuting his new song, On My Job. We're going to go ahead and get started off. How you doing today?
Hey, yeah, I'm good.
That's good. I'm glad to hear. So, starting it off, I do want to cover a few bases. I do understand that you just recently released a new song on my job. Can you tell me a little bit about that track?
Yeah, it's just a project I was working on with my friend. Like, we were just trying to cause we met like a few years ago. We were trying to get a song together. We kept going to the studio and just like making songs, losing them, but we managed to just get this one out there. And like, I just thought, let me put this out there, see what I can do with it.
All right, so that's basically it. You just got together with some friends. You guys threw around some ideas, and just, I mean, that's how some of the best music comes out. Anyways, I've noticed that in a lot of situations, I've been like, now I'm a solo artist, but like in the past, when I've been in bands, a lot of the best music I've ever come up with is usually just like straight out of freestyle. Some of the best stuff just comes out of freestyle. You just like knock around some ideas. Um, Next
Yeah.
question I'm gonna go ahead and ask is, what inspires your music? Like, what is your biggest inspiration? Do you have any like other artists that you look up to? Do you have any type of feeling towards certain songs? What is your initial inspiration for everything?
Um, I listen to like all types of music, so there'll be like a lot of old school like down south hip hop that I listen to, like um old Triple Six Mafia stuff like that. One of like my main inspirations, and a lot of like metal, like grunge, alternative rock, just stuff from the 90s.
That's a lot of
Like
good
just like
music. That's a lot. When you get into those genres, that's like a lot of good stuff. They don't make music like they used to anymore. That's just my personal
yeah,
opinion.
for real,
Yeah,
for real.
so that's good that you're influenced by like your roots. Like you go back to the time like you're influenced by your roots. That's always a plus. Um, that's really awesome. Like for me, my personal roots, I personally like the Pretty Reckless. I don't know if you've heard of them. Dorothy, Joan Jett, and the Blackhearts. All those are like really big inspirations for me. So yours just goes back to like you used to listen to a lot of black metal. You said, right? What is like a black metal band that you used to listen to?
Um, Black metal, it's like it would be like a lot of random stuff, but I think the band I like is Thorns. I think they're called
It's called what? Say that one more time.
Thorns.
Fawns. I've never heard of that one, but I'm definitely gonna check them out because if they inspire you, man, I'm gonna check that out. Um, Go ahead and tell me like a little bit about yourself. Like what do you do when you're not making music? Like what is your number one thing that you do when you're not making music?
I'm just like trying to see what I can do because like recently I've been like just stuck inside myself, just not able to do much. So right now I'm just trying to go into like see like if I can like design clothes, maybe like sell some stuff there, and like do like all types of like design work and that.
That's a really good idea, designing clothing and stuff. Like what kind of like, I mean, if you have anything like that you're doing, like what kind of clothing designs do you work with? Like is it like do you want to use your album art for it or do you want to just like design clothes?
Now I just want to like just like design stuff like like those print out websites and stuff.
Yeah. That's
I
really that
just want to see what I can do with that.
that's a really big like thing to go for. I mean, that makes a lot of money if you do it right. If you, if you know how to do it, then go do it, man. That's how you do it. Uh, you were saying that you were kind of locked in. That kind of brings me to my next question. How has this pandemic affected your music this past 2020? Like, how did that affect you? I mean, it's affected a lot of people. It's affected me. It's affected a lot of my friends. But how did it affect you as a artist in the UK? How did that affect you?
Yeah, I think the biggest impact it's had is on like live music, live performances, and that. That's all been like written off now. Like no one's like able to do anything with a crowd, anything like that.
Yeah, so
Um, Yeah, also like it's been like kind of difficult finding like a place to record. Like everything just seems like you have to do it yourself now.
Hmm. Yeah, the live performances that hit hard. I think for a lot of artists everywhere, not just the UK and Texas, the whole United States. Anybody, the live shows just kind of they got placed on hold. You can't do anything with live music because of CDC guidelines, which is totally understandable. You know, everybody's got to kind of do their part to keep from spreading the virus. But I feel like in light of the fact that this pandemic has put a lot of artists down from being able to do live performances, I think the plus side is this has opened up other opportunities. Like, for example, right now, we're doing a live interview through Messenger, however you want to call it. We're doing a live interview. There's like ways you could do live shows and put them out there like that too. That's going to be something that I'm going to be working on personally. Like, I'm trying to work out a way to do my shows live because people can get great recognition by doing live shows in that manner. Have you thought about doing live performances or anything like that?
Well, like live streaming and stuff like that.
Yeah, live streaming. Yeah, let me rephrase that. Right, live streaming.
Yeah, I could get into that. Yeah, but it's like what I like enjoy is just like having a crowd there. So that's
I mean, yeah, you can't beat that feeling of having the crowd pushing up against each other and washing to your stuff. I mean, you can't beat that feeling. But hopefully it all ends and you can get that feeling back. That is something I miss as well as an artist because you get a lot of, you know what I'm saying is that there's a feeling that you can't really describe as a artist who performs live. There's just something about that rush, you know, being able to like see everybody jumping in the crowd, people going up to the stage trying to touch your hand, whatever it is, you know, those little things go really far as an artist performer. It gives you, that's what you kind of vibe for. That's what you look for as an artist. So, I mean, who knows? You might be able to get some sort of recognition about doing live shows. I know I'm going to try doing live streaming shows. That's what I'm going to try to do. That's something I'm going to do for my brand. I'm going to go ahead and get to the next question real quick. Let's see here. This is just a random question, like just to get to know like random people a little bit better. So, who is the most interesting person you say that you met in 2020? Who is somebody that you met that impacted you in the year of 2020?
Don't think I've really met anyone really, but I think I started talking to you like recently, so maybe the answer's you.
Oh, there you go. I'll be the most interesting person you met in 2020. Give me a round of applause here. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. I mean, I've known you for a while, but you know, actually being able to like get together and kind of work on some concepts here. You know, actually, something I do want to announce is me and Steev Clout here. We're actually going to be collaborating on a track. What that track's going to be, well, I guess you're going to have to wait and find out whenever we've put it together for you guys. It's just going to be a little collaboration. I do strongly believe that artists should, you know, work together. I feel like artists should work together in the sense of they should, you know, even if they don't collaborate, you know, share each other's stuff, support local music. I mean, he's not necessarily local, but we're supporting each other's cause here. You just have one of those things. Out of the reason why I picked Steev Clout here as my first interview is because out of everything, when I've been sharing my stuff, this guy has been on it. He's been on it. He shares all my stuff, and I appreciate that. And as an artist, you know, him giving me exposure, you know, I believe everybody should put in their part and give each other their exposure that you need, because the pandemic has been very hard on a lot of people, and for fellow artists and musicians, you know, maybe you just need to reach out and talk to people and work on things online safely away from each other. Do whatever you can do, make things work. As far as all the questions go, I got one more thing I do want to ask. What has changed in your style over the years? Like, since you started to where you are now, what do you think have been some of the most biggest changes for you as an artist? Like, what have you learned over the years? What is something that you have learned as an artist?
That's a really good question. I started out like doing the horrorcore type stuff, and it was like just really like harsh lyrics and stuff like that. And I learned like you gotta be able to like decide like what you want out of your music and be able to put that into your music so you can like get the response that you expect from your music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're basically you're putting out there what you want to be known for. Like, that's,
yeah.
That's a good cause. You're a lot of artists do that. That's like me as an artist. I can say I do the same thing. Like a lot of people have looked at me and like, why is your song so depressed, or why is this? You know, it's not that I'm necessarily depressed, but I do like to talk about legitimate things that people go through, and I've heard some of that in your songs. You know,
Yeah.
there's just like all kinds. As an artist, you got to put out your image. I think you're doing a great job at it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. We're going to go ahead and announce again, he's got his new single out with his friend. You said, what was your friend's name that produced this with you?
Pedro.
Pedro.
Pedro. Yeah.
Okay,
Produced by Max Profit.
Max Profit?
Yep.
Okay, so it's produced by Max Profit. It is the new single, On My Job. You've already released it, correct?
Yeah, it's out on Bandcamp.
Okay, it's out on Bandcamp. Be sure to check it out. Steev Clout. I'm going to have every single link in the description of this video so you guys can go ahead and click on it. Also, be sure to check out my solo artist page on SoundCloud, Not Dead Yet. Check me out on Facebook. Be sure to like and follow this and share this video. Share and support local music. And also, you know, we got our friends here in the UK who need support too. Go ahead and feel free to drop a like. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is Jesse Hooves, founder and face of Not Dead Yet. And we got Steev Clout here if you want to say any final words before we kick this off.
Anyone that's made it this far into the interview, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy my music.
I do enjoy your music greatly. All right, guys. Well, you have a metal day. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your week.
Bitch, man.